feeling when you are thinking something and maybe saying something to someone, but you're also in the process of writing something down, and you write down the wrong word that you were thinking that has nothing to do with what you were saying to someone? I know I'm not the only one that this happens to. It happens to me regularly, maybe hourly at my job, because I listen to audiobooks on tape. And this one I'm listening to is about the Scottish Highlands. There's a lot of weird words in there that find their way into my daily emails to my boss that I have to find later and delete or explain away why kilt is in my email or lock. I don't know why I wrote lock, but I did. Anyway, I like to think this is a universal problem, not just my problem. Welcome to another edition of Unhitched Your Dad Trying, a podcast that finally answers that age-old question, whose life is better, singles, marrieds, or parents? My name is Lauren Neat, and I'm the single part. And with me here is our father hitched part.
Father hitched part. Lauren, how are you?
Good. His name is Cameron Carter.
Couple of notes from the get-go here.
Yeah? What could you have to say?
One, I thought I liked that we're changing it up and we're doing this now.
I do too. I like this monologue.
So a couple notes. Locke. How do you spell Locke? L-O-C-K-E? As in John Locke, the philosopher?
No, it's L-O-C-H. At least it is in my head. Now, if that's right, I'm not the best speller.
Gotcha.
So to spell a word incorrectly in your head, on paper, on accident, you really have to explain that away. Yeah,
especially if you really start going into this whole side story about this, mythical monster in the northern part of the Scottish. Is it Loch Ness? I don't know. I'm actually asking you right now.
Is it real? Is that what you're asking me?
Well, is it real? Absolutely, because I don't think they've determined this yet, right?
Well, the jury's still out on Nessie.
The Jerry?
No, not the Jerry. Not Jerry.
Hey, what's up with this here, Nessie? Real or not?
Thanks, Jerry Seinfeld.
I gotta go.
I almost called you Jerry Springer. My bad. Another famous. Bye, Jerry.
Hey, that was great. It's rare that we see him these days. He doesn't do that much. So, Locke, okay. Also, books on tape.
Oh.
That is, when's the last time you put something in a cassette player?
It's been at least 10 years. That's not true. That is not true.
Okay.
My old car had a tape deck. And it didn't have any, it was from 1999, so It didn't have any sort of audio or auxiliary plug, jack, I don't know what they're called. So I had one of those old-fashioned tapes with the cord.
Yep.
And I would plug it into my iPod, and that's how I listened to my iPod.
You're talking about the exact same thing that my wife uses in her car daily.
She has that still?
Still just cruising along with that thing.
It is the best way to rig your cassette tape to be effective.
It's like, F you, car. I know you're completely against me using my new technology up on you, but screw you. I'm gonna use this thing in you now, and it's gonna allow me to play my music. I feel like cars from the 90s are just like, no new technology in me.
Don't put anything up me or in me.
Don't upgrade me. Gotta go serious if you want to upgrade me. And I'm just like, no, screw you. I'm going to, like I said, that thing I said earlier. Lauren, all giggles aside, I say this because we're about to change our routine. The wife is going to be a teacher. How exciting is that?
I'm so excited.
Right? And so babies, unfortunately, Ellie's going to have to be put in the daycare. I am not happy about that. But you know what? I'm going to take the crappier car. We're a Camry family, so we only own 2 Camrys. One's new, one's old. I'm about to get the old one, so I'm about to be dealing with that auxiliary tape player on the regs.
You know what? You'll do fine. And is it because your name is Cameron, and that's why you have 2 Cam?
And then Amy's name, if you kind of merge Amy and Cameron together.
Yeah, and throw an R in there.
Yeah, how would you do that?
Kamami.
And
that's
then
close.
Why not just make it Camry family?
Camry family.
I know. And Camry's such a great car.
I bet.
You're driving one of them RAV4s. It's like
no, I'm driving a Rogue.
You're driving a Rogue. Never mind.
Sorry about your RAV4 joke you had lined up for that.
No, and I think I've used all the Rogue jokes, right?
Yeah, you have.
Okay, but still,
I also want to circle back how I called you Father Hitched earlier.
Father Hitched,
and what are you thinking of when I say Father Hitched?
You know, Lauren, I am not a good listener.
Oh,
so I didn't catch up on that. I didn't catch that. Rather,
you must heard me wrong.
Mayonnaise re-examine this and see what and unpack this lunch and kind of realize that I kind of like the sound of it. I really should have gone into clergy. Father Hitched.
So you think immediately I should have taken a vow of celibacy.
Right.
That's what you think of when I say Father Hitched.
Right. It's an oxymoron, essentially.
It kind of is.
And so, unless you're crazy, one of these crazy folks that's just like, forget it. No more father. And they take out their dads. And they go crazy. But they still remain as a part of the clergy and still remain celibate.
Yeah. Well, I imagined the movie, the smash hit that starred Will Smith, Hitch, obviously, right. But him as a priest. That's what I imagined.
That's the most prominent part of the movie. I'm glad you're bringing this up, Lauren. Great movie, Hitched. It's got that Paul Blart Mall Cop guy, Kevin James, right?
American Hero.
God bless that mother effer.
Is he Canadian? Now that I say that,
you know
I'm
what?
worried.
That's okay.
Did I just call him an American hero and he's not even American?
He was the king of Queens. If you think about it, you don't give a Canadian that job, right?
You might be right in that.
Dude, you know what? For all the guy, Lauren, has gotten so much crap over the years. People are like, Paul Blart, it's so dumb. Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. Let's make fun of it. Hey, friends, come over. We're going to watch this very bad movie. But you know what? Dude's actually funny in real life.
He's funny.
People, the only thing that's not funny about him is the simple fact he takes these awful roles. But you know what? I bet he seems like a family man. I don't know. He could be a single solo bolo type guy, but he seems like he's got a family, and I want to support that sweet face of his. And I want to, yeah, right.
Well,
are you anti-family?
No. My stance on the show this podcast is kind of anti-family because I don't have a family.
Right.
Thanks for rubbing that in every chance you get, Cameron.
That's true. Let's. I don't mean to bring it up. Horrible accident that just happened.
No, I'm pro family, pro Paul Blart, which is hard to say.
Yeah.
Not because of the movie is being bad. It's just hard to say pro Paul Blart. It's a tongue twister. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Paul Blart.
Pro Paul Blart. Plop art. No,
that was a better name for the movie. I think we got it. Hey, Paul Blart Mall Cop people, Paramount, whatever. Hey, just call it Plarped. Plarp 3. Done. Thank you.
Plarp 3, Revenge of the Plarp. I've watched that movie one time.
Oh, you have?
Hated it, but still appreciated it.
You appreciated. Now,
American Hero. He's from New York, by the way. I looked it up.
Good. Mm-hmm. King of Queens.
That
kind of Queen. Well, yeah. Let me back up here. So you kind of liked Paul Blart Mall Cop. You appreciated it, right?
I appreciated it. I did. I watched it while babysitting.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciated how much the children enjoyed it. And I also appreciated his physical comedy. He is so funny. He is a physical comedian.
King of slapstick. Absolutely.
Yes.
And he's strangely he starts running and you're he's there's something under there. Let's carve this down to the nice meaty man this guy is. That's, you could tell he's one of these guys. He's kind of like your Chris Pratt's that if he goes through the transformation, there's just a nice meaty man mess under there that you want to get at, right? And
do you want to get at it?
I mean, I want to be friends with it.
Okay. I do too.
Who doesn't want to be friends with Kevin James and with Chris Pratt? I mean, come on.
That's true. I want to be more than friends with Chris Pratt, but
Yeah.
I would never do that to his wife. So
No. Whoa. Okay. I mean, you could be more than friends in lots of ways. You can be like best friends.
yeah,
You could be business partners. I feel like that's one step up. I wouldn't go into a business partnership with my best friends.
That's true.
Absolutely not. That's a level up.
I could be his secret sister, which somehow sounds dirty.
Yeah, that
don't
sounds
mean it
like
to.
incestuous and dirty.
That was unintentional. So you're
I don't like it.
father hitched and
do you
I'm
want me-
secret sister.
Do you want me to leave that out?
No.
Okay. You don't, so it stands on record you want to be a secret sister?
I didn't mean it incestuously.
How about a secret sister from another mister? That way it's not... So you're like his stepsister that wants to...
So it's like Clueless.
What? I haven't seen Clues. Please fill me in.
What?
I'm a guy.
That doesn't matter. It's the best. I guess it makes sense.
Well, I don't know it's the best. I haven't seen it because I'm a dude.
Oh, man. That movie, I love that movie. I've seen it so much. Anyway, we're getting off topic.
Right. Let's get back to the main topic. And you appreciated Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Yes. The way you appreciate, like, a salad that you're like, I don't choose to eat this. I don't want to eat this. Mm-hmm. It's got the wrong dressing on it, but I appreciate that you're existing for my benefit. So it's like a mediocre salad.
Right.
It's Paul Blart.
Well, I bring us back, and I know you didn't really want to go back to that, but I bring us back to that all for the sake of, there's a podcast that I love. I haven't listened to it in a while, and I would not recommend people listen to the whole podcast. It's like 52 episodes. It's called The Worst Idea in the World. I'm making a plug for them. 2 Australian dudes. Check this out. If you like us, you know, keep listening. Hey, tell your friends, by the way.
Yeah.
But check this other podcast out. It's 2 dudes watches Grown Ups 2 every week for a year and reanalyzes it every week. That's the entirety of the podcast. And Paul Blart Mall Cop, kind of right there with Grown Ups, right?
I would say. I mean, isn't he in it?
I think so. Your voice
is getting higher and higher.
Yeah. At a certain hour, I start to turn into Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
that's true.
I can't wait.
Anyway,
what
do you think about this that I have just said?
I think that sounds like an interesting idea for a podcast. I'm really glad that you didn't ask me to do that podcast with you because
we wouldn't be here.
I couldn't handle watching Paul Blart every week for a year.
Oh, it's quite depressing. Podcast I referenced, they get depressed. And I think I've told you about this off mic. I think 30 weeks out, they get depressed. Like the 2 guys that watch it, and they're like, I hate that I have to sit out 2 to 3 hours a week, plus the additional like 5 hours of doing a podcast with you to actually talk about this movie, write my notes, and like they actually like check themselves for signs of depression, and they like started to get depressed. But come week like 40, late 40s, they're like, I really started to notice that extra in the back scene with the pink shirt. He's really giving it his all, and it's like inspiring me. So they come full circle and actually come to a point where they actually appreciate the movie and like everything that goes into it. And they start looking up some of the key grips in it and start looking at what they're doing. So unpack something enough, it becomes stupid. But unpack it a little bit more,
it becomes special again.
Yeah. Lauren?
Interesting. Yes, Cam.
I think we should unpack now our topic for this week.
Oh, yeah, we haven't even introduced it yet.
No. Do I have to play the jingle?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I was hesitant, but I want. I'll play the jingle in just a second. Mm-hmm. But well, I don't feel like I can talk about it without playing. It feels weird. It feels wrong. I'm going to play the jingle.
Yes.
Okay.
Boom, 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 topic thunder. What?
That actually does feel a little bit better. Lauren.
Yes.
Topic us for this week.
Throw
me some of that thunder.
I will. You asked for it, bro. This.
Can I restart?
No. What are you doing? We don't edit. This is going to be part 1 of a 2-part series entitled Lauren and Cameron really are friends too.
It's true.
That was improv, people.
There we go.
Solid.
Yes, and mind meld and all that stuff. Am I right? Let's
Yes.
play the game.
So
I don't know about improv.
You don't, not yet. But basically, we recently had a weekend friend trip that we had together.
Lauren, I just noticed friendship sounds like friendship. Let me say that again. And let me enunciate. Friend trip sounds like friendship, does it not?
And I think, yes, it does.
And for the listener, other people were there too.
It wasn't just Lauren and Cameron. There were multiple other people present. But it was a friend trip indeed. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even...
A friend trip with me.
A friend trip with me.
Oh!
We were both there. Okay. But let the listener know. We really are friends. We didn't even do this trip in order to make it a podcast. It just happened naturally.
No, but we kind of kept it in our back pockets the whole time. Everything we're doing can be used for entertainment purposes. We're keenly aware of this 24/7.
Your eyes are shifting back and forth very quickly.
We're in a new space today. We're recording in your apartment today, and
yes.
You have a really cool picture to your left, my right. On the wall, and I can't make it out. It kind of looks like a cervix, a diagram of a cervix from far away. And so it's a little distracting. And then you have like a Christmas dish rag with a puppy that has, it's like a Christmas dog that has nerd glasses on, and it's dressed like Santa. And so.
That is correct.
Yeah, the ADD is like, it's just spitfire in here.
Too much to look at. First of all, that is my grandmother's picture of a cervix.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. That's actually a bell. That's not a cervix.
It's not your grandmother's cervix.
I didn't mean that. I mean, it was a family heirloom.
Just clarifying, if there was any confusion.
I wish I had gone my whole podcast career and never said cervix. You ruined that for me.
Sorry.
Anyway, that is a dish towel from my Aunt Chrissy. Shout out Aunt Chrissy. And she likes dogs. And then she gave it to me at Christmas time, which is why there's Santa. And you know what? We're just 3 poor single girls, and we'll take whatever dish towel we can get.
Yeah, seriously. Our dish towel collection it's not as flamboyant as this one here I'm looking at, but it's got some improvement to go. I can't wait till I'm, in my 50s and I actually get to the point where I'm like, honey, let's go out and shop for dish rags this week. I want to be at that level. I want that kind of money.
You want that kind of disposable income.
Yes.
Well, dream big, Cameron.
Well, friend trips.
Friend trips. We really derailed. But basically, we spent Memorial Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
A group of us went out to a lake house.
And it was the most memorialist of weekends.
It really was. It was so much fun. But specifically, what we're going to talk about today is the time we spent submerged in the water that was the lake. So swimming is another way of saying it.
Yeah, that's true.
Swimming.
There are only 2 ways of saying it. Submerged in the liquid of the lake, right? Is that how you said it?
That's how I said it.
Swimming. You listener might be listening to this podcast like, am I listening to a podcast about swimming? What am I doing? Shut this shit off. I gotta hit the explicit button this week. And, this is dumb, especially, and then cuss, like there's no reason, like they don't need to cuss, but they do. They make cusses. I'm going to encourage you, hear us out.
Yeah.
It seems simple, but when you travel along with us on this friend trip and you submerge yourself
in the lake liquid
with us, you're going to find out you're right here along with us. You're in this friendship together with us.
You belong here.
And you just let it overtake you and swim, do some laps with us. So Lauren.
Yeah.
So lake house. I've never been swimming at your lake house. I've been to your lake house many a times.
That's true. You've only been during New Year's.
And other random
winter.
seasons, just not in the summer,
Yeah.
which is primarily, correct me if I'm wrong, that's like why you get a lake house, right?
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what up with that? Why haven't you invited me for the summer?
I don't know.
Is it my beach body?
It's your beach body, Cameron. No, I just...
Beach whale body.
I think I don't know. I don't have an answer for that.
That's okay. That wasn't interesting. This is an entertainment. Hey,
No.
listener, stay with us.
Now that we're done with Lauren's guilt corner. Sorry. No, so this
Lauren's Gilly Guilt Corner.
Sorry. But it really was like the perfect lake house getaway. Just played like we were all 12 years old in the water.
I know. And I love, and you mentioned this when we were doing this together, you kept referencing specifically 12 years old of age.
Yes.
Why 12?
To me, maybe, I think it might have some like numerology. Is that a thing about numerology association? My birthday's on October 12th. So maybe it has something to do with like, I just like the number 12, honestly. But also
it's a great number.
It's a good number. Like 12th man, all that stuff with A&M.
Sure.
But also, I think it's because I think at the age of 12, you're just that perfect fun. You're not quite, at least when we were growing up, I would say it was. Maybe now I think it's probably younger because kids are like maturing and getting introduced to more serious things faster.
Ugh, yeah.
But at our age, I feel like 12 was the perfect age where you were still oblivious to like the things of teenager.
Right.
And being so self-conscious and being like, I'm weird, I'm hitting puberty. You're still kind of, you're flirting with that, but you're old enough to be able to like play outside alone or like swim with a noodle instead of a life jacket. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
So it's kind of like this perfect time of like freedom from, it was like freedom from like social anxieties and insecurities, and also freedom from like being completely dependent on
parents.
An adult. Yes. So that's, in my mind, the perfect age.
I really like this. I really want to go back to that. That's really interesting. On a serious note, like 12 years old was a heck of a time for me. I loved it. You definitely got it wrong. And these little ding dong kids these days, like you're absolutely right. Like I've been doing with my work like some career days, and like I see and like hear in these conversations what some of these kids in middle schools are like learning and what they already know about, and these like innuendos they reference in front of adults. It's very these
disturbing.
ding dongs like what?
I said disturbing.
It's very absolutely. And like me, I hadn't a clue. I don't even, to be honest, I didn't even know what sex was at age 12. Yeah, that's right. I'm putting it out there. But did I care? Heck no.
Well, you didn't even know you needed to care.
No, I didn't know. I knew I needed that dang Charizard hologram card. Didn't have it. I had the Chansey one, which is great, and it delivered 80 healing points to myself if I got a critical attack. But you know what?
Or beat up on the playground for playing with your Charizard card.
But I didn't have it, Lauren. Were you not listening?
No.
But those were the things of my world. It was cartridges, cards, and pogs.
Cartridges?
Yeah, like the video game cartridges.
Oh, I was thinking printer cartridges, ink cartridges.
You know what, that too. We talked about my printer obsession growing up.
I know.
Really like I love holey paper, like paper with the holes on the sides.
Oh, when you would like peel it from the perforated edge?
Yeah, Lauren.
Good stuff.
Let's just have a little side over here. I really didn't know where I was going with that printer. I didn't like printers.
That's okay. I fed you that.
I was just trying to be funny for the podcast.
I get it.
Okay.
It's fine.
Can we go back over here?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, 12 years old is great.
It's a great age.
Yeah. But we totally had fun like 12-year-olds. I think, so we did a couple of things. One doesn't just jump into Lake Liquid and just say, hey, I'm swimming. One's got to do some water treading. I like your lake house. I love it because at the edge of your dock, it's deep enough to even dive. So I really hate shallow things because one time I dove into a shallow end. I did the absolute no-no of yeah, that's right.
Oh,
and
no.
Luckily I was doing that thing with my hands over my head. And so like there's a reason why people tell you to do that. It's so you hurt your knuckles instead of your head.
That's so scary.
Yeah, so any shallow water, if I see a puddle, that's scary to me. I mean, I'm like, I could fall in head first and no telling what shenanigans I'd be saying.
No.
But
I didn't know you were so afraid of this. Yes, so we have a deep water off the edge of our lake.
Yes.
I mean a dock.
Yes.
So it's perfect for you.
I know. So we did some dives.
You did some dives.
I did some sweet dives.
Yeah,
I did 2 of them. And Angela, our friend Angela, she's really your friend, but I feel like can I say she's my friend?
Of course you can.
Okay, my good friend Angela, too far? My hey, we can do more things together with the family, and you should come hang out with us more. Friend Angela gave me some pointers and rated my dive, so that was fun. I haven't done a
She rated your dive?
Yeah.
You had her rate?
Yeah, I asked.
This really was like we were 12.
Yeah, no, I really did want to know. Because you never know how you look, and we're never smart enough to like film it, because I don't want to see my, untopped body. That's how you say it. Untopped body lunging towards water, but have someone, do that for me.
Yeah, they're like, splash, I give it a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did splash them pretty bad. So, I mean, I did a dive good, but she ultimately docked me off some points. She gave me a 6 out of 10 because apparently I did everything right, but my big body did a little splash kickback towards her. So,
Big body.
yeah. So it was also cool because, we were hanging out together in the water. Amy got in the water for a little bit, but Amy and I were never in the water together. Have you noticed that?
You weren't.
No, because one of us was taking care of baby.
That's true. One of y'all had to watch the baby.
Yeah, no. I mean, y'all been plenty helpful all throughout the weekend saying, hey, I'll pick up Ellie and we can, play with her while y'all do whatever. But like, I think it's been like over a year since I've played around in the water with my wife. And, yeah, that's right. My wife.
Played around in the water with your wife.
And
that's kind of sad. I didn't even think about that. I should have,
but I was having too much fun to care.
I know. Well, I introduced
12-year-old Cameron wasn't married.
That's true. 12-year-old Cameron was like, watch my dive. Rank it. Wait. But my genius idea, I feel like I gotta take credit for turning us all into kids again, because it was my idea to put the canoe in and sink the canoe.
I completely forgot about the canoe.
Yeah.
So really unpack this, because we, there are people on the lake like wakeboarding and sea doing, and then here comes Lauren with this idea. Hey, let's go canoeing, but let's not go canoeing. Let's throw the canoe in the lake, topple it over, and
fill it with water. And that was the pitch. And, when you're in the water already and you're acting like a 12-year-old, you're like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, no one was like, why? I was just like, no one even questioned me.
No one questioned you at all. And in retrospect, I mean, I can't even really describe what we were trying to accomplish. So we got the canoe in water. You have this big old green canoe. Oh, the premise was it can sink. You should watch it. It's unsinkable. So let's try to sink it. And we're like, yes, let's do this. Lemmings off a cliff. Let's do this. And we got it submerged and we topple it over. Mm-hmm. And then we tried to stand on it.
That was the goal. The goal is to try to stand on the sunken, flipped over canoe on the bottom of it, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? Like I said, almost impossible, right?
Yeah. Well, if you're, almost towards 300 pounds of weight, sure, it's very impossible. And then like our friend Liz, she's just like, I got this. And she gets up, and that's my perfect impression of Liz. And just like manages to do it within the first minute. But
she couldn't do it for longer than like 10 seconds. Like you cannot hold it.
Right. But you notice like her and her like, she's like super tiny and is like, she was at least able to get on top of it. When I tried to, and I managed to put my body on top of the flipped over canoe, hoist myself up and kind of push up like a like a surfboarder would. That's the term. Surfboarder pushes himself up on the surfboard. Like, I push the canoe even further, and then if I try to stand on it, it's like the captain at the tip of the Titanic, like saluting as it goes down. It's like immediately, it's just a slow sink. So,
and then the one end goes down and the other end like bellies up like a whale.
Right. And I almost killed you, right? I think I almost killed Cheney one time.
It was maybe Cheney, yeah.
Our friend Cheney, episode 5, Brunch Cheney, is how she shall be known from now on, was there too, and totally game, totally on board. I don't think Liz was the only one that got up on your canoe game, right?
Yeah, she's the only one. She's strong. She's fit, you know?
She's fit, yo. So we did some canoeing.
We did.
And
well, not real canoeing. We
did
some sunken canoe flipping, standing.
And then it kind of got to a point where y'all were like done with it, but I was still determined.
Yeah, you were out there by yourself.
And then I was thinking in my head, am I doing this for too long? Is this weird? Is this like, cause I really want to stand up on that dang canoe. and y'all had already moved on, and y'all were on your noodles, and y'all were swimming away. And I was just kind of like the weird kid that's like over there in the corner.
Still trying to do it.
Yeah, and then it got to a point where I was just using it as a floaty, because apparently a man of my size, I cannot use a swim noodle. So I had to use a full sunken canoe that's semi-buoyant.
Yeah.
So we did that.
Fun times.
Absolutely. Now, do you want to... So we also did a couple other things while swimming. We did... we had a fun game.
The animal game?
The animal game.
This is a game that I made up with my little cousins years ago. And little did I know it would still be fun like 15 years later.
Oh,
with
sure.
My friends flirting with 30. And I challenge everyone out there when you're at the lake with your friends to play this game. Maybe have a couple beers first. Makes it even more fun.
See?
But the point of this game is you have a game master. Sang was our game master.
Right. She wore the wardrobe, like the full Gandalf outfit, right?
Yes, yes. She had her staff. And her job was to come up with a category of thing, and then...
A category of things.
Right. Let's go with animals was our first one.
Right.
And if it was your turn, your job was to run and jump off the dock. But then while in midair, she would yell to you the type of animal, and you had to act out this animal before you hit the water.
Right. And can we describe the space from the top of the dock to the water?
Oh, it's like...
Give me your estimate. What do you think of that bad boy? 2, not even.
2, I think maybe 1 Mississippi, 2. Nope, less.
No.
2.
So do you want to get on the table right now? Because the table to the ground is about how much time?
I'm not jumping off this table.
Well, it's got to do it for the pot. Got to do it for them laughs.
Oh, No.
Okay,
no.
well...
Trust me.
So I'm going to slide my phone off, and we're going to count how many seconds it takes to hit the floor. Ready?
Okay. 1, 2... Okay, it was quicker than that, or slower than that, because you launched yourself. You didn't just like fall. We ran from the back and we launched.
But it's not like any of us got any of them Dikembe Mutombo type ups. Or Dominique Wilkins, the famous basketball players of our day.
Right. I should have invited all of them to the lake.
That actually would be very interesting.
For them to play. Well, okay, I just got to say, I was really good at the game.
Yes.
I've had experience in the game, though, so I know.
It showed immediately. It was one of those things where, like, we're just playing this game just for you.
So I could show off how good I am at reacting.
Absolutely.
Well, so I just got to say, it sounds like you're making excuses for not being as good at the game as I was.
Well, let me say, this isn't really a game. It's really kind of something we did, because I was the one trying to assign points to this, and the points thing immediately got dropped off. I'm very competitive when it comes to dumb games, and immediately y'all just were like, whatever, let's just have fun. I'm like, no, if you get a point if you do something good.
Yeah, you were like, who gets a point for that? We're like, boo.
So let's name a couple of the things that Sang, as our game master, shouted out. She's really good at this. Let's see.
We didn't just do animals, we should say. We also did
Right.
like occupations.
Occupations
or,
was super fun, but
Yes.
noticed immediately it's a lot easier to do an occupation where you have to use your hands because your feet are the first thing to hit the water. So you can't, like, if you're doing soccer, it's weird to do like a kick real quick, and it's like, you've seen my phone fall to the ground.
yeah,
It's like
so fast.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah, your phone couldn't kick at all.
no, it doesn't. And so like the top heavier jobs were more recognizable.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing for the animals. Animals, like, she said giraffe for
For
me.
you.
And like, how would you describe how you would even do that?
Long neck.
Long
Arm up.
neck.
Almost like you're
So
shooting
it looks
a
like you're shooting a
basketball.
basketball, right?
And then you go, ooh, that's what a draft says.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not in the books I'm reading to Ellie these days. I think
wrong.
that's missing a page.
So they're missing the giraffe sound. So it was giraffe was one of them.
Okay.
I got monkey.
You got monkey. Monkey's super easy. You do the hoo
Okay.
ha ha.
Okay. It wasn't as easy as it seems.
Right.
It took skill, and I nailed it.
Okay. I mean, but you had enough time. It's like, it doesn't.
We all had the same amount of time, Cameron.
The
the dock didn't get further from the water from me.
But like a monkey, so when you name animals, you're thinking like zoo animals, and monkey's like my first zoo animal I think of. Like, it's like when you name an animal, it's like the first thing that a person names aside from a dog or a cat.
That's very presumptuous. You don't know what people are thinking.
I'm going to
thought
challenge
lion.
you. Go to work tomorrow. Go to the first 5 people. Ask them name an animal, or
Okay.
text someone right now. Text anyone on your phone. Say, quick, name an animal. First thing that pops in your head, and let's see what we get.
Okay.
Don't tell me who it is. We're going to find out later.
All right.
Use one of your quick responders. Don't use one of those weirdos that texted you like 2 days later.
All right. I got to find. I have someone in mind who is a quick responder.
And while we're at it,
Do you want me to say name a zoo animal?
name a zoo animal. Man, you can really hear the dead space.
This is going to be so good when she answers. Anyway, what are you saying?
So, what I think we should do right now to kind of simulate this, we counted how long it took for my phone to drop to the floor. So I'm going to. So it's 1 second, 1 Mississippi, and by the time I'm done saying 1 Mississippi, you have to act out whatever that animal is, and I'll judge you real quick.
Sounds fun.
And we'll stay within the category of zoo animals. Okay.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. Lizard, 1 Mississippi. Okay, couple notes on this animal that you just gave me.
How did you have any notes?
So, I mean, we are sitting right now, so I guess we're not doing the full body movement. So,
Right.
Given that it was just your head and that you stuck out your tongue like, I guess, a chameleon or a frog, I'm going to give you 0.5 points because that could have been frog or lizard.
I am limited right now. This is audio only, first of all.
Right.
That was a fine lizard. Okay, now we're going to do it for you. Ready?
Okay.
Ready? Okay. Let me think. Got it.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Toucan, 1 Mississippi.
Ooh!
Oh.
Did you hear it? I was about to say follow your nose. And I did it perfect. Listener.
First of all, no.
Okay.
I gave you the perfect excuse to make a bird noise, and you went, oh, instead of making a bird noise.
No, that was the bird noise.
You didn't even flap your wings. You made a fake
Oh
nose.
my gosh. No, a person, when you say toucan, is immediately going to think the freakishly large rainbow nose, a beak, their beaks. And they're going to do that. They're not, because if you're flapping your wings, that could be any bird. I don't have, in 1 second, the amount of time to flap my arms out like a bird and then come back and show you I am a particular type of bird, a.k.a. a toucan.
But at least you could have made a bird sound. You went, ooh.
I went, ooh. I bet if we pull up a rainforest sound of a toucan right now, that it's going to sound a lot closer. It's going to sound a lot closer to
we are 12.
ooh then like tweet.
You know what? We've just proven that this game is hard.
This game is hard.
Especially when you play with jerks like we are.
Jerks like we
are.
So I like the office categories. I think at one time we had accountant.
Yeah, that was what I had to do. Okay.
Yeah, that one was hard. I'll give you that.
What did I say? I was like, numbers as I fell in the water.
You did, in fact, say numbers. A lot of the times when we played this game, the person that was running off, so it was like you, me, Caitlin, and Cheney, 4 people playing this with the game master saying, that's a great name for a game master saying.
Yeah.
A lot of the times what we did was run off and just say, ooh, and like not know what to do and just plunge into the water.
Just like flap your little hands around.
Yeah. So it was very difficult. And when you got it right, you typically got it right.
And you felt good. I remember when I did penguin I had my hands down like a little penguin.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That one's kind of a low ball. Because it's
every
really,
single one I did well. It was a low ball. Cameron?
It was monkey, penguin. I mean,
accountant.
Okay, an accountant, granted, is hard, but I think for the most part, doing a penguin motion is very stiff arms at the side. Monkey, it's like hoo hoo ha ha while you scratch yourself.
It's not even the right monkey noise.
What did you do?
Ooh ooh ah ah.
Ooh ooh ah ah.
Not ooh hoo ha ha.
I'm pretty sure that the alliteration is that no, it's not alliteration. Onomatopoeia for the sound that a monkey makes is hoo hoo ah 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 hoo hoo
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Fine, I'll let it slide.
So that game was fun. Got a lot of water in my mouth. Got a lot of water in my nose.
Yep.
Because you are not concerned with making sure the holes on your face are closed as you go down.
True.
So that sucked later on. But we did one. I'm trying to think. We did one last thing, and I'll talk about it real quick. We basically swum out to a buoy. And we got a little exercise in. It was kind of our one day where we're like, hey, we're going to do some exercise and like maybe just going out to this buoy that's like 100 yards out and coming back. Bam, done. And we went out there. We had some fun. You showed us how to do a handstand in the middle of a lake on a swim noodle, which was surprisingly like you well executed. So,
thank you. I've had practice.
Yeah, I could not do that. It was very interesting. This is a lot of what we did this weekend was very visual, folks. So
sorry about that.
Sorry.
It was really fun. It was tiring to swim out there, and it felt good. It was very nostalgic. We used to do that a lot when I was a kid. We would swim out. Actually, that buoy wasn't there when I was a kid, so we would swim all the way across.
That buoy was rather new, as I'm starting to figure out.
Yeah,
we can get into that later.
Buoy.
The precious buoy,
precious freaking buoy.
I think all in all, should we get into what? You got a response?
I got a response.
Okay, what animal did you get?
So I just want to be clear. You were very sure that it was going to be monkey, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
this is a weird way of telling me I'm right, or that this person said monkey.
This person said rhinoceros.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's no fun. It would be funny if they said monkey.
Well, they didn't, so you're wrong.
Okay, fun game.
But swimming, which is what we did. Wait, we're going to get into that part later. But a couple facts about swimming. The first bikini was invented in. Take a guess. What city in Europe was the first bikini invented in?
France, baby.
What city?
I feel like I'm on one of those Hollywood Walk Jimmy Kimmel. I'm going to say Normandy.
Normandy, really?
Yeah, that's
Paris.
the only. Oh,
you were right. It was France. Not the right city. That's okay.
That makes sense. That would have been I was trying to be smart. I was trying to think of Paris. Not. Is it water adjacent?
No. But that's where a lot of like fashion designers were. So I mean, you could swim in the is it the Seine? Yeah.
You swim in Seine when you wear a bikini instead of a one piece. Right.
Exactly.
And we know it's the Seine because of that darn song from La La Land. We know how to properly pronounce it. Thank you, Ryan
Emma
Gosling
Stone.
and Emma Stone. It was Emma Stone only.
Yeah.
You're right.
This was this is kind of funny. One common insult in Greece, I guess this is more ancient Greece, was to say about somebody that he or she neither knew how to run nor swim. Imagine the embarrassment to hear someone tell you that. He can't run nor swim. What an idiot.
So what if it's just like, you can't even run. You can't run nor swim. I'm like, I'll kill your family.
Hold me back, bro.
That's interesting. So what else you got for me?
In Japan, swimming was one of the noble skills of the samurai.
I really can't picture that right now.
I can. Imagine how sneaky a samurai would be in the water. That's kind of scary.
I mean, but samurais weren't like ninjas, you know?
So you're right. I was thinking
you
ninja.
Confused, and yeah, that's common. That happens all the time.
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know.
Anyway,
another fact. Swimming was initially one of the 7 agilities of knights during the Middle Ages, including swimming with armor.
Jeez.
That's heavy.
No, you're taking a lot of warriors and I don't picture these warrior people, knights nor samurais, swimming. It's like,
I know.
But I can see how that would make sense because knights, England, samurais, you know,
Japan.
I knew that. Thank you. I've water adjacent. Both of these places, both islands. Of course, you got to learn how to swim.
You got to, and moats.
Moats, mostly moats.
Through they probably did laps in the moats.
Ooh, cool.
Minus like the
alligators
in the and the piranhas.
The piranhas are mostly a moat. Where do moats have?
I don't know if I made that up.
I feel like that's from something.
My imagination.
Yeah. Do you have another juicy swimming fact for us?
These aren't as good.
Okay.
Let me maybe. Here we go. No.
This is great. This is A-grade entertainment.
That's all we got. Swimming is fun. That was the final fact.
Yeah, those are some fun swimming facts.
Glad you liked them.
So shall we get into our ratings?
I think we should.
Okay. We don't have a jingle here, so I'm going to start. So swimming. I want to go ahead and say a lot of fun. I have always enjoyed it. I don't have a swimmer's body, but that don't hold me back. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's actually, if you think about it, fat people and large people, big people, we should enjoy it. You think about it, because we're heavy. Us biggins, technical term. We like the constant, the world is just constantly bringing us down. You know, it's that G times our mass. I don't know physics, but you know, it's just weighing us down.
Gotcha.
And actually, I think that's the equation for weight. I could be wrong. I don't know. Anyway, physics aside, we're heavy, and to be buoyant in water, it's great. It's like I'm on the moon, but I'm like floating on top of the surface of the moon. It's really cool. Please, I know it's dumb, Lauren. I know it's
really
late.
Enjoying your points.
So, but I like not being heavy, Lauren. It's like when you go down an elevator. I got really excited about this, but like when you go down an elevator, and like, wouldn't it be great to be this heavy? Oh no, I'm at the bottom. And so it's kind of like that. And so like to just not feel the weight of the world on your shoulders for just a little bit,
and the weight of the world on your like spine and your
right
knees and
on your psyche. You know, when you're in water, you're free to be you. You're free to be 12-year-old you. Mm-hmm. You can do whatever. You can slap a person in water. It's gonna be less offensive than if you slap a person on land. Am I right? Because it's right. Water play, right?
You can spit at a person in water, and it's a fun little game you have.
Right.
If you spit at a person in real life, it's terribly offensive.
That's why there's maritime law, right?
Sure.
That's gotta be, because I mean the offenses are just so much less.
They're minor.
Like pirates are fun, you know. but like burglars, land pirates, yeah, that's not fun at all. You add a little water, it's suddenly fun. Except if it's Pirates of the Caribbean, in which case it's
still fun. Pirates, like Somali pirates, are not fun.
No. It's really more sad than fun.
Yeah. Let's stick to like the Disney version of Pirates.
Yeah, and I'll say I don't hate it. I don't hate Pirates of the Caribbean.
Were you about to say? Were you even flirting with the idea of hating Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Okay, but we're not talking about the first one. The first one's great.
First one's great, But can you even tell me what happens in the second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth, or seventh one?
Are there that many?
I don't know.
A new one came out today.
They all run
week.
in.
I know.
Together.
It's like Dead Man's Locker Chest.
Dead Man's Locker Chest. So it's like, hey, Johnny Depp, are you in this one? Cool. Awesome.
We'll make a new one.
Who's the bad guy? Okay, we've done Crossbones guy. We've done zombies. We how do we make a octopus face? Now we have a ghoul, a ghost.
Maybe like a seahorse.
Yeah.
Like a mean seahorse man.
Right, mean seahorse man. That could be.
What other mean Pirates of the Caribbean?
I think
Caribbean.
Like, I'm just picturing a sea urchin with a hat that just.
Okay.
And that's just threatening because that's expressionless, and so you don't know what it's thinking, and it could just blob towards you and knock you out.
Yeah. What else? Maybe.
Or that's a sea cucumber I'm thinking of, Lauren. Not a sea urchin, but sea urchin. That's also.
I would
scary.
argue much scarier than a sea cucumber.
Yeah. What's a nautical like knot man? He's like a bunch of knots, and he'll just choke you.
Okay, I'm thinking more like a live. You went immediately to a sea
sea
plant,
cucumber, right?
And knots in a rope. I'm gonna go with like a passive aggressive merman.
Passive aggressive merman that works in the office with you,
but like really built. He's like super fit and kind of insecure still.
Ooh. I could get that.
Yeah.
That's like the guy that you cut off. Your boat cuts him off, and he's like,
it's fine.
He's like, it's fine.
Got, like,
but he'll like follow you back to your port and get out and be like, hey, just want to say, man, like, you cut me off on the sea back there. Yeah.
Yeah. That guy, he'd be a bad guy.
I have helmsman. That's another good one who's just a man made of helms.
What's helms?
Like the helm, at the helm of the wheel.
Oh, just a bunch of wheels?
Like a wheel.
An inanimate object.
Right.
You choose.
Well, come on.
What else? One more.
Two
more. One from me, one from you.
Okay. I'll do a live one. I'm going to say... enemy a man. See enemy a man. Right? Because he's already an enemy of Jack Sparrow.
An
right?
anemone? An enemy. An enemy.
Enemy an enemy. An enemy. And
public enemy number one.
Yeah, and he's like, yo, my name's public enemy number one, and I'm here to tickle you and sting you slightly. And
tickle you.
And I'm
okay.
That's mine.
I like it.
What do you got?
Mine is actually. Okay, wait. I'm gonna clear my mind. I'm not gonna let the first idea pop in here. That's an improv trick, by the way.
Okay.
Thinking. Okay. I'm gonna go with. A manatee Rex, like a manatee, but with like claws like a T-Rex.
But he's also a man, because at the end of this, they always have to be a man, right?
Right.
But a manatee's already got man in there.
But like, imagine like when he's not the manatee Rex, he still has like the giant like double chin of a manatee.
Gotcha.
You're imagining it like an Uncle Dudley from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
But he died. That actor died, unfortunately. But he would be perfect.
Fun fact.
Yeah,
it's part of your fun fact segment.
Yeah. Anyway, so these
are some great. So let's keep this going, Disney. Let's get this out to number 12. We could do it. I mean, this is perpetuating. Yeah. I've actually thought about this long and hard before. I mean, so also, listener, let us know what number we're on. We're so confused.
Number of episodes?
Oh, number of pirate movies out there. I'm not going to look it up, but let me know.
Okay. So ratings.
Seriously, Lauren, we did it again. Lauren, I'm going to go ahead and throw a 6 on this one.
6.
Now, can I explain?
Yes, please.
I got a shoot ton of water in my face. Mm-hmm. It would have been and we're rating it as this experience, and there was something we're going to get to in dumb things that kind of got me down, and I kind of missed the wife, and I could see. Actually, can I bump it up to a 7?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to do here because I kind of want it to be a 7 now, Lauren.
You said
and
6.
I'm going to make it a 7 because I did have fun with you. Hey, look, if you let me rate higher, it's going to be better for you because I had fun with y'all, right? Mm-hmm. And so because this is a friend trip weekend, and I was friend tripping all over the place with y'all.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Yeah. And I was just had a blast. You know, the only downside was all the water that took me about 5 hours to get out of my system. Mm-hmm. And it made me miserable for the rest of the night. And, it could have been a little better. You know, when Ellie's that young, you can't really have her in the water. It's a little dangerous. So I'm waiting for about a year out where I can get them little water wings on Ellie and she can just kind of float out there with us. It's going to be so much more fun, Lauren.
I know.
So that's me.
7. Okay, well, while I let you raise yours a point, now we have a freaking tie score because mine was 7 also.
Oh, so 1 out of 10.
Well, a 7 because water was a little chilly.
Water was a little chilly. And we had chili.
We had chili. Mm-hmm. What else? I couldn't move about as freely as I wanted to on the canoe. I had to have Liz bring me a t-shirt to swim in because I was afraid that parts of my body would fall out of the swimsuit because there was a lot of flailing.
There was a lot of flipping and flopping around and flailing. Was. I get that.
So I was like, to avoid any sort of awkwardness and to put this friend trip back on track or to keep it on track, I was like, I need a t-shirt.
Right.
So that was kind of a bummer. I don't like thinking about things like that. I would rather just be free like a 12-year-old, like,
right.
So I was kind of bummed about that. But it worked out better for everyone, including our friendship. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it was, I would say, again, water up the nose, a lot of water up the nose.
Right.
Also some spiders. When I got in that canoe and started floating out by myself thinking I'm going to flip this guy, there were 2 spiders on me, and I flipped out. I really did.
Literally flipped out.
I flipped out, flipped the canoe. Big thing. So those were the downsides. Still fun. Everything was fun.
Flipped a canoe could be like an expression. She darn flipped a canoe the other day. She
flipped a canoe on him.
Yeah, I wasn't really there for the spider part.
You weren't? Oh man, I freaked.
I heard screams from a distance. Not screams, but discomfort from a distance.
Yelps and
but the simple solution is, hey, just submerge that puppy.
You think it's so easy when you're not the one in a boat with spiders on you.
Just get out of the boat.
But you don't understand. I wanted to like sit in the boat and rock it back and forth for a while. It was fun.
Oh, that is fun.
It was really fun.
I know the feeling.
And be like, whoa.
I'm not in yet.
So yeah, that's my rating.
Cool rating. I like that rating. Well, it's that's cool.
Sure.
Let's go on to dumb things.
Cool.
I really want to get to it.
Dumb things.
We are sharing a dumb thing this week because it happened to both of us at the same time.
So we have to tell it in unison, shall we?
Yes. We were swimming out to a buoy.
And then, keep it going, we started to play with the buoy. And then a creaky old lady in a... So we went out to a buoy. We swam out to a buoy. So we were swimming out out to the buoy, as we mentioned earlier.
Yes.
You see these buoys, they're kind of, no wake buoys, like slow your boat down, slow your boat buoy. And,
slow your boat buoy.
Slow your boat buoy. It's like slow your roll. This lady, in a pontoon boat, which, go ahead.
Well, you forgot to say what I was doing.
What were you doing?
Set her so.
Yes.
So the buoy is very buoyant, as buoys should be, and I was pushing the buoy down and trying to stuff the whole buoy underwater because it's really hard to do and near impossible.
Fun game.
It's fun, and then you let go and the buoy shoots up. But then it's taut because it's connected to the
Right.
chain.
Ain't nothing going to happen to that buoy.
It doesn't do anything.
It's
I'm
all
not
it
that
does
strong.
is go up and down all day long.
I push it down maybe a foot. Maybe. If I was the Hulk, a foot.
Yes.
Woman. So, I'm still bitter about this. This woman drove by on her boat.
Pontoon boat, right?
Pontoon boat.
Wasn't it? Because I felt like it was a pontoon.
She would be a pontoon.
She's one of these lame pontoon boat people.
Yeah.
And I bet it was zero alcohol on this pontoon boat.
Probably
Definitely
not.
seemed that way.
Just like Crystal Light. That's what they had on that boat. So she yells from the pontoon, "Please don't play with the buoy." And
the
I just
most smug, like, attitude I've ever seen on a person.
I know.
And passive aggressive too. But while she was saying this, what was she do? Tell him. What was she doing with her hand?
Giving us a thumbs up.
She was like giving us a thumbs up, which was the icing on the cake for me, because she was like, I don't know, the thumbs while she was saying, like, "Please don't mess with the buoy," like with a thumbs up, if you can picture in your head, is the most like
slappable offense. Like, you just want to...
Oh, if I had one of a free life slap, like the Barney slaps and How I Met Your Mother, I would totally have used it right now.
It was the arrogance. The arrogance. I've been swimming in that lake since before she
was knee high to a grasshopper.
Exactly. Granted, she was probably 20, 30, 40 years older than me, but still, like, that's my lake, man. That's
your home.
That's my home.
Your grandfather planted that buoy out there.
Exactly.
And it's not, and it's that's back when they made things better anyway. And so it was a damn fine buoy.
She comes squirting along in her little boat thinking she knows what the buoy needs more than what I...
Yeah.
Woman.
Gosh,
I was like, "Are you lake patrol?" No, actually, I just said, I wish I would have said that, but I just said, "Okay."
I would have said, "Shut up, Gretchen," because I picture her name would be
but you
Gretchen.
Didn't say that.
No, we all just
turned. We all broke eye contact.
We're all like, we all felt the shame, and the water get a little colder, and immediately released the buoy, and shoomp, it went up.
And it was fine.
And it was fine. And don't you know, we wanted to... You know what's the worst part about this? We didn't mess with the buoy again after she said that.
Yeah, we went and slapped it a few times.
Yeah.
We unleashed our anger. We're like, "Who didn't mess with the buoy?"
Anyway, what I wanted to do with it is I wanted to do kind of a Godfather scenario where she gets back to her, lake house or wherever she returned to that night, starts to get into bed, and then she finds the severed top of the buoy in her bed with like algae and seaweed in there. That's just how I picture,
would have been perfect.
The perfect justice here. Anyway, don't mess with us as we mess with the buoy.
That's true.
Lessons learned.
And you know what you'll get if you mess with us when we mess with the buoy?
Don't F with the Friendtrip.
Yeah. You know what you'll get?
What?
An okay. Okay.
Okay. You said it exactly how you said it when we were there. I'm
just so defeated.
That's almost like verbatim. Okay.
Okay. And again, felt like I was 12 being scolded
I know.
for having fun.
That really put us in
public property.
Exactly. Who owns that buoy? I really want to know.
The state of Texas owns, I think, that buoy. She doesn't.
She doesn't. Well,
my taxes pay for that buoy just as much as hers do.
And we're allowed one buoy bob a year. It's part of the lake agreement.
It is.
I'm using my buoy bob. Butt off.
Cashing it in.
And then that's when I yell, "Life slap," and then the boat has to stop, and I'm allowed to get on and slap Gretchen. I'm not violent against anyone.
No,
but in the case of a life slap,
we all would have someone
right.
we could life slap.
Oh, fun thing! I know it's not a segment, but
that's okay.
Great video. It's irrelevant. I'll tell you off mic. It's really funny.
Oh, everyone's gonna want.
Okay. Anyway, the best. What my favorite thing on Instagram this week is a video of my friend Parker and Dagny, previous guest Dagny Stewart. They were hanging out of one of our favorite coffee shops. It's a quick video. they're playing around. Dagny was apparently flipping a quarter. I don't know what she was doing. And then our friend Parker was like, hey, I bet you can't get that quarter in my Coke can over here. And Dagny, of course, was like, I can. And like, he's like, well, if you get it in there, then you get to slap me across the face. And she flipped it and apparently went straight into the Coke can. And like, Parker holds it up and he's like, dingle, dingle, dingle. It's in there. And then next scene, she just lays the biggest slap across his face. And it was the most satisfying thing I've seen in my life. So again, I want to advocate. I want to, I want to go to the legislative bodies. I don't know what we need to do, but I think we'll act nicer to people if we're each allowed a life slap.
Is this one per lifetime or one per year?
I
want one per lifetime, because if everyone in the world can slap one person a year, what if you're like the one person that really sucks and you get like 300, you get a slap
true.
A day?
Well, then that should teach you something, right?
That's
You're
the like,
purpose of a life slap.
I should stop.
That's the
being
fifth
me.
one this hour.
Yeah.
I should not have dropped the ball for my team. You just mess up on a project at work.
Yeah.
Everyone gives it to you.
Everyone gives it to you, do they?
They give you the business.
Oh.
Business slaps. I think once a decade.
Okay.
That would be pretty good. It's a good happy meeting.
Sure.
Meh. Anyway. Well, Lauren,
yes.
I think we've had fun on this little mini friend trip of doing the podcast together.
I agree.
But I'm afraid it has to end.
Okay.
But we'll be back next week, right?
With part 2.
With Friendtrip 2. And the name of our segment was
Lauren and Cameron
look it up.
Really are friends too.
2. Because we're going to have a second part next week.
Yeah.
So hang in there. Anyway, so anything you want to leave people with? Any passing thoughts on singleness or anything like that?
Oh, singleness.
I feel like we haven't done questions in a while.
We haven't.
You know what?
We'll get back to that next
week.
We'll
get back to it. If you want to write into us, any questions in general, we used to have this segment called Heart Times that we have not done in
weeks,
Bring
months. It back. It was fun.
Yeah. You can email us at unhitchedordadtrying@gmail.com. If you want to check us out on the internet, you can find us at, for myself, Cam Carter 2010 on any place where internets are sold, Instagrams, Twitters, and the like. And you can follow Lauren at...
You can follow me on Instagram at Neateroni, Neateroni. And
Twitter? What's up with that lately?
Neatos Tweetos, Cameron. Not Neatos Heatos Cameron, just Neatos Tweetos.
And again, we are making a push over the past few weeks. If you like the podcast, why don't you hop up on that Instagram, iTunes, that's what it's called, and leave us a sparkling new review. We do like those. We've gotten a couple. We always like a few more. But more importantly, if you like us, go talk to that dude during lunch at work and say, like, hey, do you have a long commute? You should check out this free podcast. It's really fun. My friends do it. And I think you'd like it.
Yeah.
And we're going to watch Friendships Blossom and Friend Trips. They'll start to appear. So if you do that, really help us out.
The more people listen, the bigger and better our friend trips get. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I'm not good at ending podcasts, so bye.
Bye. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Unhitched or Dad Trying, a podcast about singles and married parents, people. Wait. A podcast about singles and married parent people, outings,